If I don't get this game now, I will beat everyone's grandmas. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to this kind of video. This is a very strange kind of video, but since my last video on Justice League Kill the Suicide Squad, I said that wrong, but whatever, has gotten a lot of views and a lot of attention from out of nowhere, it seems. So I'm like, the heck with it, might as well commit to it, especially since I'm looking forward to this game so much. So I will go over in depth over each of the trailers that have come out. I'm going to do a full breakdown and offering my thoughts. What I'm going to try and do in this in particular is try and give a perspective or theorize about what could be in the game rather than just saying what's directly there. So I do hope that my take is refreshing. You know, it's not just the same old. So if you're happy to see more stuff about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, then please follow for more. I do plan to cover other stuff and other things that I've found in this whole journey that I'm going on, just to kind of break down and see what this game is going to be like. Obviously, this game is coming out in May 2023, so I'm gladly looking forward to this game, especially since I'm kind of a big Rocksteady guy, since I kind of grew up around the Arkham games. Now, of course, I've already seen these trailers, but what I'm going to do is sort of point out certain things that I think are really important, and we'll start off with a short teaser. Of course, these videos aren't too long, so they're very digestible for you to enjoy. First thing to mention is that we are in Metropolis. Hooray, guys. We finally did it. We got a Superman game, kind of, sort of. So obviously, with this taking place in Metropolis, there's a lot of ideas of what this city is going to look like. Obviously, we've seen some gameplay tidbits here and there, but we really haven't seen the open world a lot, per se. So we don't know what the exact style of it is. Now, if you remember from Arkham Asylum, City at Night, they all kind of follow a general theme. Asylum had this dreary atmosphere that was sketchy and kind of horror-ish. City had the slumish aesthetic with everything looking like it's been poor, or jails kind of around just to make fun of a prison or like an old town. And then Arkham Knight is obviously the newer part of Gotham, which has been built with skylines and big buildings around with a lot of swervy corners. Now, I assume that they're going to take a different approach with Metropolis and have it be, I don't know, more hopeful. So I guess the way that they'll do this is, like, as you see, higher big buildings, huge buildings, in fact, bridges, other stuff, I assume. I assume that the structure of the game streets will be very linear and straightforward. Like, they're going to be straight. The thing is, like I've already mentioned, in Arkham Knight, they're very twisty and turvy, so you'll have to, like, kind of move your Batmobile around to get around. But to assume how this game kind of works, we're probably going to be jumping from building to building. So because of this, they're going to have big skylines, you know, that we can jump back and forth on. Obviously, they don't want it to get too big or too out of hand, but that seems to be the general idea so far. So I think kind of the difference with the Metropolis open world, one last thing to mention about the open world before we go any further. As we see throughout this trailer, we see like explosions going on in the background. I have a feeling, I heavily doubt that it will be like that. I think that most of the game is going to have parts that are already blown up, but not a lot of the open world will like be actively blowing up. If so, that would be impressive, but I doubt that that would happen. So we have our main team, our main squad of heroes. We have Harley Quinn, King Shark, Boomerang, our Captain Boomerang, and Deadshot. So obviously there's been a lot of questions about certain characters like Deadshot. Deadshot in particular has this kind of controversy around him because he's like, wait, he's black now, I'm so confused. Apparently, it's been a new lore thing that, like, the old Deadshot got killed and this guy was the real Deadshot. I don't know how that would happen, especially since the Deadshot that was around in Arkham City and Arkham Origins was so well established. So apparently there was a fake that had the exact same skill sets he does. So, I don't know, it's strange, but obviously we all know why they made the decision. Will Smith got to play Deadshot in the Suicide Squad movie, and that's something important to know about this game, is that this is what kept in mind. They had development only when the first Suicide Squad movie came out, the live action one, so they're taking a lot of influence from that. For instance, Deadshot, Harley Quinn, and Captain Boomerang all are from the original movie. King Shark is the only one that hasn't been in the original movie, and they want to take that and expand upon it. So obviously this is very influenced by the film, but I wouldn't say too much so. So, because it's clearly different. And then obviously this is really good chemistry to set up for. Deadshot's kind of the muscle head, as he's been described later on. He's kind of the leader-ish types, and he's a self-absorbed ego. Captain Boomerang's the silly haha man. He throws boomerangs and moves around quickly and says weird, Australian things. But then again, as we all know, Australia isn't real, and he's, cosplaying. Then we have Harley Quinn, which is the insane lunatic that she is. She'll just go around probably shouting the most absurd things and kind of going along with it, but everybody will like her anyway because she looks kind of hot, I guess. So we'll have to keep that in mind, of course. I'm doing some very key detail analysis here. And obviously King Shark is going to be the lovable, dumb idiot. So obviously we see King Shark's gun in the background. We see Amanda Waller giving out orders. And this is where the quote-unquote gameplay comes in. This is where we see them fly around. Captain Boomerang using his boomerang with special powers. Harley Quinn zipping around. Deadshot flying in the air. King Shark just unloading. Here we go. Here's the fire from Deadshot. This is basically like the whole setup of the game. Originally, this is what we have to work with since there's not much actual gameplay in this trailer. And then, of course, we are dealing with the mighty Superman. He comes in out of nowhere and says, I want to be evil and stuff because Brainiac has taken them over. So they're obviously all worried. And I guess the main idea behind them, especially when they were going over the interview, was that they mentioned that the Suicide Squad taking on the Justice League is a baffling idea, so that's why they wanted to tackle it. As you remember, in the original Suicide Squad live-action movie, they said that they set up the Suicide Squad to take out the Justice League. But when you look at the roster, none of them make any sense. Like Captain Boomerang, for instance. How is he going to take down Superman with that? And obviously, as we see right here, bonk, he actually throws a boomerang at Superman. So obviously, so just a recap before this trailer ends, we know that this takes place in Metropolis. As we can see, we know the main antagonist is Brainiac. We know that our lead characters is Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, and Harley Quinn, along with King Shark, and that they are working for Amanda Waller to essentially stop the infection from spreading to all over the world, and then in the process they'll have to stop Superman along their way. That's pretty simple. It's a good idea. This is just the teaser trailer, of course, so these are just the most basic things that I can come up with. So let's establish the obvious here and saying that this is looking for a pretty good game. Obviously some people dislike the Superman suit, but it's pretty interesting. So just to end on a good note and a laughable note, some people really didn't like Superman being evil. Do you know who else didn't? I want to show you this. All right, just it'll lighten your day. I promise. I want you to watch his face.
Yeah!
Look, he's excited. Wait for it.
Look, it's Superman.
Yeah!
Mighty Superman has just
All right, wait a little longer. Okay, computer, you can handle it. All right, wait for it. Look. His face.
What? Superman is evil.
What?
Sorry. I just wanted to pinpoint the exact time that Angry Joe lost his sanity and his mind. Anyway, that's nearly a 40-year-old, so, he's clearly enjoying his time. Anyway, so that's the message that I want to leave it off as. The next trailer we will be covering is the gameplay trailer. No, not the gameplay trailer. Flash and Birds is the gameplay trailer. Shadows is the fourth one. Whatever. We'll get to it another time. I want to say thank you guys for watching. I also do philosophy and other stuff on this channel, including like politics every now and again. If you want to follow for that, go ahead. I'm just doing this channel out of fun. I really don't have a meaning to achieve anything really, but I appreciate a lot of the support on that one. If you want to see more of these, just let me know.